Well, for a while now, I knew that the front brake, I actually thought it was the back brakes that were sticking. He had fixed those quite a few years ago, and all the brake lines had rotted out from the plowing. Like I said, this truck only has 34,000 miles on it, and the brakes aren't worn out. But I noticed yesterday I could barely go. This one was really locking up, and when I came back, as you saw, I hosed it all off and cleaned out the bed and got a little bit of water sprayed in there, and boy, I'll tell you, the steam came out. So I know that that one was the one that's seizing. So I'm going to change both the calipers today, and that should solve the problem. So I got two, well, they're the same but different. They're remanufactured ones. But I want to get those done because I don't want to, you spend half the horsepower trying to overcome the wheels being locked up or dragging, plus it's not good. The thing will catch on fire. So that's what we're going to do. And this was 1990, was a time when General Motors couldn't figure out between should we use metric or should we use regular SAE American, and so they decided to do both. They put a cap over, it's 21 millimeter bolts, nuts really, and then they put this cap over it so that then you could use 7/8. And half of them, they fall off, so now you gotta use both. Thanks. On the ground. I figured this earthquake would break it loose. Let's try it with a full one. I thought this earthquake would break it loose. but apparently not. I'll have to drop it back down on the ground if this doesn't work. Yep, that was rusty. That was rusty. You can tell these haven't been off in 32 years. Unbelievable. If I took it for a ride, it would come off. You didn't have to worry about this wheel falling off. Believe it or not, these tires aren't original, but I put them on probably within, I don't know, 2 or 3 months of having the truck. And they're Hankook, and back then I never heard of them. That was in 1990. And one of them got cut here, and I couldn't get one that's even close. The other tire is not even close to being the right tread pattern. If you can see, looks like a street tire. But I needed it, and that's all they had. So, but here we are. You can even see it, but good luck to me to try to get these things off. There's still a lot of brake left on them. Like I said, it's only got 34,000 miles, but well, let's see what happens with that. Alright, I didn't get any shots while I was taking it off because I was swearing too much, so but I got it off. It was on there pretty good, rusty. It's supposed to be a 10mm hex. One of them turned out to be 3/8 because it had enlarged. I don't know how. I've never changed the brakes on this, but and they still had some meat left on them. But so I don't know what happened to one of the bolts, but I got that one off, no problem. I sprayed on the no squeak onto the back of the pads, so those are drying. Those will be dry soon, and I will get this one put back together. And the good news is the wheel on this side came off nice and easy, because I think it was like 2 years ago I had to get that tire because it got cut somewhere out here. There was a piece of metal out around the lake when David and I were working down there. So it's almost 3 years ago, I guess I got the tire. But it got a big slice in it. It didn't break, it didn't pop, but like I said, I'm not happy with that tire, but because it's not the same. But I don't use this very much, so I'm not going to worry about it. So, all right, well, I'll get another shot after I get it back on. All right, so here we are, put back together. Everything's all nicey nice. Anti-seize on all the bolts. They were on there from the factory, I guess, because they did come off okay. I did spray them beforehand, but what I am going to do is, look at the shock. I think the shocks aren't in too good a shape. So I ordered those. They'll be in the morning. So I got this one out already. This one's all back together. So I'm gonna do the fronts and then I'll get the back. See, the good thing about the back is it's easy because all you got to do is tilt the bed up and you can get right in there to get at the rear shocks. I'm sure they're not any better. Well, actually, they're not as bad as those, I can tell you that. Those probably got rinsed off better because after every snowstorm, I would power wash everything, and it's much easier to power wash everything when the bed is up rather than do under the wheels. You know, you kind of stick it up underneath there and you don't get everything. So that's probably why those are in worse shape. And it's St. Patrick's Day today, so Uncle Greg wants to come. We have an Irish place that we like to go to, so we're going to go there. He's going to come here and ride with us, and he'll help me to pump the brakes. So if you don't know about getting air out of brakes, you need somebody. They do have a automatic vacuum machine thing. I don't think it works as good, but I don't have one, and I like to do it the old-fashioned way. So you have somebody pump the brakes, hold it, crack this nut right there. You can see it. The air will come out, and you wait till you just get fluid coming out, and then you're good to go. Go to the other side, and then just refill the master cylinder, which I've already topped over full now, knowing that I will be losing some out of there. So that's ready to go, and I'll be ready to top it off. So this probably won't be back on the road till tomorrow. Today is Thursday, but that's okay. So that's just a quick look at that. I'll get a shot tomorrow after I get everything put back together. All right, well, of course, I forgot to take a shot of the shocks after I did them, and I put the that little movable, whatever you want to call it, where that can go up and down, but closes up the wheel well. But the shocks were very difficult. If anybody has a 1990 same model, do not go with the length, or don't just go to a shop and say, give me what's for this truck, because they're too short. They're about an inch too short. So I had to go all over. I went to 4 different places. We must have spent an hour this morning just going. So there you can see it, and it goes up underneath. They're both the loop type. You know, it's got a bolt through it. They're not the T-type. But I had to get them by the length, not by for this truck, and it was almost like the last place I went to. And just so you know, they don't give you bolts anymore with shocks. So so you need to you need to get some hardened bolts, because they don't give them with you anymore. And I went to Napa, and they wanted to charge me $31 for 4 bolts. I said, yeah, I don't think so. So anyway, that's just an update on the truck, and hopefully it's good for another 34,000 miles. But I'm happy with that now. It tracks straight, drives straight, goes over the bumps nice now. I'll probably have to do the rear. Well, you can't really see them, but like I said, the rear is easy because I can just tip the bed up and get right in there and do them. But again, I'll do those by the length. I will not tell them what truck it is. Just give me the proper length. So, all right, that's enough of that one. I'm tired. I also added the 24-inch Harbor Freight Roadshock light bar on the front of the new grill as well. And I should have made a video because this actually came out pretty well and it would have been informative, but I was too busy doing it and not paying attention. But I'll show you where we put the switch. Switch for it is right there. On off, right out of the battery. Nice. So, and you can see I've got a video I'll link in the description of the showing it, me installing that on the Kubota and talking to them a little bit about it. So I'll link that in the description.